What's up, Virgil?
Begin transmission. It's gone wrong again.
It was put forward.
Sorry, I didn't hear any of that. What did you say?
Oh right, I was watching some some videos the other day.
Right.
Kind of reviewish.
Right.
And they had a Dell gaming computer.
Right.
And I can't remember who. It's a website for gamers who generally build their own computer stuff. So they do reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's something like Gamers Nexus, I think.
Right. Yeah.
And because of the current climate, where it's almost impossible to get older graphics cards,
Yeah.
they were showing these gamer PCs, and this particular one from Dell. I can't remember which model it was.
Oh, the video wasn't called something like about Dell ripping him off, was it? Or something like that.
Part 2 was about 30% GPU usage.
Right.
But the guy goes to pains to say, look, I'm one of these people who builds my own computers. He said, but I
Yes.
don't expect that everybody has to build and know all about computers. So
Yeah.
it's fair comment that people go out and buy these computers.
Yeah, of course.
These ready builds. And it was supposed to be I'm sure he said a 1660, which is what I've got.
Right.
Graphics card. And it's a Dell. So he opens it up. Right. This isn't even like a reference board. It's less than half the size of my graphics card
So
with a single
it's
fan
a
on
third
it.
party card.
Well, I'd say it was a Dell card,
Oh.
to be honest.
Well, yeah, third party, because the reference ones, for example, NVIDIA reference cards are built by NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the Founders Edition, isn't it? Not reference.
Yeah. Well, he pulls it out and he looks at it and he says, well, I'll take this apart in a bit and have a look at it. And he said, oh, hold up. No, I won't bother taking it apart. And then he holds up to the camera and you can see that the heatsink doesn't touch any of the memory that's on the board.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got a non-standard power supply unit in it.
Oh, Dell are like that.
Which is, have you seen the new power supplies that are 10 pin?
No, but is it one of the long ones? Like it's long, it's like a long oblong instead of like the
Yeah.
kind of squarish. Yeah, yeah.
Well, the new ones have 10 pins in them.
Right.
And provide 12 volts only.
Okay.
And then when you plug it into your motherboard itself converts that 12 volts into whatever voltages it wants.
Like
it's
5
more
and
efficient.
3.
Yeah, and 2.5 if it needs it, and 1 point whatever. Because it just makes it much more efficient as a power supply.
Okay.
Well, this one only had 6 pins on it, so it doesn't comply to the new version, and it doesn't comply to ATX, any of the ATX formats. And it says on the power supply 500 watts. Now, before he discovered that there was something not right with this power supply,
Yeah.
he said it's 500 watts, and then he's looking at it and he said, oh yeah, but for 12 volts it's only 18 amps. So he said, well, that's not very good, but that's kind of okay.
Right.
But then later on he goes, oh, it's only a 12 volt power supply. So I don't know where they get this 500 watts from. You know what I mean? that doesn't compute.
I'm trying to remember the old formulas for power. V equals
12.
IR, isn't it? So voltage is current times resistance.
12 times 18.
Oh, right, okay.
My maths isn't particularly good at the best of times.
Well, 10 times
But that's
18 is
two-
180, and then plus 18, so it's 196. 198. Dickhead.
12 times 18 is 216.
What did I say? 198?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't put the other two on. Yeah, sorry.
So
I've
how that
got
can
A-level
equate-
maths, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How that equates to the 500 watts that it says on the power supply, because it clearly isn't. If it was a standard power supply that provided all of the other voltages,
Yeah.
then yeah, because usually 5 volts is like 30 amps or something like that. So that'd make it up. But non-standard heatsink. The heatsink itself actually holds the motherboard into the computer case. So if you want to take the motherboard out, you've got to take the heatsink off, because that is 4 of the screws that hold the motherboard down. And you know, like the little M1 SD PCIe slots.
Yeah.
Not the standard strip slots, but the little tiny ones for memory.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, not hard
for-
drive.
For
Yeah.
SSD
Yeah, the
type.
M1. Yeah.
You have to take that out and take the stand that it screws into out before you can take the motherboard out of the case.
Okay.
It's not a standard size case.
That doesn't make
because
sense.
part of the PCB actually extends out of the front of the case that has the USB ports on and the switches and that. So you couldn't take this, apart from the CPU and the RAM, which it only came with 1 stick. You couldn't use anything else in another computer, so you couldn't transfer it. Even doubtful that you could use the GPU because of it having the Dell BIOS, the V BIOS in it. But if you saw this piece of crap, I think it cost him about $900. So he was just like, this is disgusting. And he said, I'm doing this video just to show people that this is why often people say don't buy a ready built, because this is clearly just to rip people off. And then in the second video, he fires it all up, and then he starts talking about bloatware on it, and he's having a look at the system properties tab, not properties, you know, like your task manager.
Yeah.
And you've got your CPUs and your RAM, and then at the bottom you've got GPU, and it's using 30% of the GPU. And he's like, what's going on with this? And he opens up all of the Dell stuff, and one of the things comes up. It's the Dell, it's something like the Dell service software. And on the page it opens up on, it's got a thing about malware, and it's explaining what malware is.
Yeah.
So he kills it, and the GPU goes down to about 12% usage.
Oh. Oh my god, it's not fucking mining Bitcoin, is it?
I don't know, but
If it's
well,
using
you'd have
its
thought if it was
GPU.
mining, it'd be hammering the GPU.
Well, they might
It was
throttle
only-
it.
It was only using about 18%.
Be a bit
But
dirty
it's-
if you put crypto miners on every PC you sold, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, there was no. Actually, no, because I don't think it was plugged into the network.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm not sure though, not 100%. But he was showing all this bloatware that's installed on it, and it was just. You work with computers, you'd have been shocked by just how awful this whole PC was. even the case was custom, which meant you couldn't actually put any other motherboard in the world into it.
That's ridiculous.
And the world is banging on about being eco-friendly.
Yeah, and having
And
custom
not
cases you
junking
can't
stuff.
reuse, and
Almost the whole PC is junk. When you need an upgrade, you're buying a new PC.
and when you think they own Alienware.
I mean, apparently the Alienware one that they got was pretty good, but the bog standard Dell one was absolute crap.
Which is a shame. I wonder if they've gone like Compaq, because Compaq used to make great desktops, great laptops, but shit desktops.
Yeah,
And Dell do the XPS laptop. The laptops, from memory, were always pretty good.
yeah, but the bog standard desktops.
Oh, in the last job
Yeah.
I had, they had Dells, one of the clients, and just doing a memory upgrade or anything. I mean, having
Yeah.
to take all the chassis. They've got like venting and cooling and stuff, and it's just a pain in the ass.
You've got to dismantle the damn thing, haven't you? Rather than just plugging in what you want. But I mean, it's been a few years since I did it. But I was just gobsmacked by the awfulness. I mean, I remember gateways and that, and they were awful pieces of crap.
Yeah, you got a nice box though, didn't you? It had a cow design on it.
This Dell case from the front looked really nice. It looked like it had been designed for really good airflow. It had like a ribbed effect.
Well, they are on the inside. The business machine, like I say, I worked on. They had thought about airflow and stuff, and like I say, they had proper venting inside to direct the airflow.
Yeah, except for this one, had a tiny little hole up near the top. There wasn't a hole near the hard drive, and there was a couple of smaller holes that accounted for maybe 15% of the front of the case.
Right.
He shone a light behind it so that you could actually see. The whole of the front bezel made it look as if the whole front was open and it was going to be beautiful, but crappy little holes inside, so it's like obviously virtually no air's going to be getting in there,
Yeah.
and no fans pulling air in, only a single 80mm fan on the back to blow air out.
Oh, it's not very good, is it?
And it was up high relative to where the CPU fan was, so it wouldn't be pulling the hot air out, it'd actually be pulling the cooler air away from the CPU fan
Oh, that's not good.
before it could actually blow it on. It was just... He did point out some good parts of it, well thought out bits, you know, even though he was slagging off the whole thing. There were some really nice touches to it, but in general, it was the biggest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. And I just can't believe... And then he's got his bill. And on the bill, there's this... he starts talking about this free warranty that's available. And then says, oh, it's free for the first month. And then they want to take £10 a month off you for customer support. Well, that's not a 1-year warranty then, is it? Where all this stuff's supposed to be in it.
Yeah, Linus Tech Tips did one where they bought a PC, and I think it was a Dell, and they kept trying to upsell him all this stuff, and he said no. And then when it arrived, looked at the invoice and it was on it anyway. So it's like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
What they did was they got one of their mates, a woman, to call up and order PCs from different companies.
Yeah.
Just to try them out. I mean, Hat and Coat, who was on just a minute ago, he's just ordered a Cyberpower PC. And fucking hell, it's unreal. Absolutely unreal. Because he just got a Mac, and then Spent like not even a day with it. And basically got in touch with Apple and said, come and pick up this bag of crap. And then asked me to source him a PC.
Well, one of the other things was there was a $60-something fee on this guy's invoice. And he's like, what's this for? So he rang him up. And because it's whatever the website's called, if it's Gaming Nexus or something like that, somebody had actually posted a message saying that this had appeared, and he rung up and tried to get it taken off, and he wouldn't have any of it.
Right.
So he saw it on his invoice, so got in touch with him, and didn't state who he was to start with, and they just tried to fob him off completely. And then when he said this was all going onto a video, he wasn't doing it live, but he was saying all this information is going to be published on the internet. He got put through to somebody else, and he was talking to this woman, and he's reading off his invoice to her. This isn't in the video, but he explains what went on.
What can I do for you?
And he gets to this $60-odd, and she says, "Oh, that shouldn't be there." And he's thinking,
Really?
"Yeah, too right, it shouldn't be there." And she's saying, "No, that should be hidden. That should actually be absorbed into one of the other figures."
What?
So that you don't actually see it. And he's just like,
thanks for the honesty, dear, but
yeah, he actually thought he was getting somewhere, and then it turns out that he was kind of, in a sense, pointing out to them how their invoicing software wasn't doing what it was supposed to do.
So basically, the customer service response was, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We were supposed to rip you off in a slightly different way, so you wouldn't have known."
Yeah. But it was adding something that he didn't even want to start with. And it was just like, what? How can you think of treating customers like this?
Hello?
That's ridiculous.
And I so enjoyed his video, I ended up watching another one. And it was about it catching fire.
That'll be the heatsink's not connected to anything.
Fortune.
No. It had got a PCIe riser for the graphics card.
Right.
Because it was like one of these really compact machines. And the riser's on a big long cable. Because it's almost the whole length of the case away from the socket to where you can actually put the card in. And I want to say Silverline, but I don't think that's quite right. But whoever manufactures these riser cards must have had loads of them in stock and were doing them dead cheap. So this company bought a load.
Right.
And the holes that they needed didn't match the ones that were in the PCB. And they were the wrong size. So these holes were drilled out. Now, unfortunately, it has to be the power layer, you know, where it's a multi-layered PCB.
Yeah.
And one of the layers has a shitload of copper in it to handle all the current.
And they drilled
and when
through
they
it
drilled
and
it
put
out,
the screw through it.
Yes.
Oh no.
Now, it didn't happen on all, but they did a load of x-rays of, and you could actually see where there's supposed to be an extra wide margin so that it can't jump across to an earthing point, because it was drilled out. And the problem was, not only was it drilled out, but the screws that you actually used to fasten it, if you screwed it in and out a couple of times, it'd be full of the fiberglass of the PCB, because the screw threads themselves were kind of being put in when you screwed them.
Oh, that's
so the hole clearly wasn't big enough for the screw to fit in.
The server's up, by the way.
Oh, right, cool.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
They actually had a video where it caught fire. Because let's face it, it's a graphics card. That's having a huge amount of watts going through it. And they said, okay, it's not happening to everyone, but even so.
It's not happening to everyone. Only certain people are dying in fires.
Yeah, it's like, this is ridiculous. And when it was pointed out, the remedy was to use nylon screws, obviously because they're non-conductive.
Okay.
And the company then started saying about how there was a problem, but they'd introduced a fix. And this guy's going, but it's not a fix. It's a temporary...
Yeah, it's a botch.
Yeah, it's a temporary solution. He said, but the biggest problem is that people tend to take these things out and they get passed around type of thing. They get sold on eBay and... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he said, people won't know.
Yeah, there'll be some unsuspecting poor sod somewhere down the line.
Yeah, and they're going to actually use it, put a normal metal screw in
And the house
because
is
they're
gonna
none the
burn down.
wiser.
That's ridiculous.
So this company actually got replacements and sent this guy one of them to test, and they
Right.
did a proper full test of it. X-rays, the electronics engineer actually looked at it all, and they were like, "Yeah, this is a massive improvement." Then there's another
It won't
video.
burn your house down.
Yeah, this was actually done correctly. Then there's another video where it turns out that there's two different types that they're giving out to people, and they'd been given one of the good ones. The other type that was being given out as a supposed fix was basically the old one with a little bit of modification to it, and it was like, well, this isn't on. You've given us this one, and we've said, yeah, this is a really good fix for this issue.
Yeah, they've been given the good one because they're a YouTuber.
Yeah. And just
That's
couldn't
disgraceful.
believe the tactics. I mean, we had Talk for the phones quite a long time ago. And Talk's pretty good, but they decided to send us one of them Play, the TV featured one,
All right.
for free. So it's like, yeah, okay, for free, I'll have a look at it. Got it set up, and obviously end user license agreement, and it took up about maybe less than a quarter of the screen with
I
the end
remember you
user.
telling me, yeah, it was tiny.
But the font was massive, and I just thought this
A
just
deliberate
tickled
tactic.
my,
Let's read this.
you know, and I didn't even get halfway through the end user license agreement before I closed it and got in touch with them to come and pick it up. The service people, not the technical service, but the idiots that they have on the phone, said I'd already used the device, and I said no. I said you can't use it until you've agreed to the end user license
Yeah,
agreement.
until I agree to that, there's no agreement.
Yeah, and also,
Whether I plugged it in or not.
yeah, I can't physically use the device because I haven't agreed to anything. The thing doesn't work until I actually agree. And she was having none of it. And then she was like, well, why don't you want it? And I said, well, the agreement basically says that the manufacturer and TalkTalk accept no responsibility for the condition of the device, and any liability for them is withdrawn, and there's no certification for the electronics in it. So basically, if it burns down my house, the insurance won't pay out. Because basically, I've agreed to take something that's dodgy in and plug it in.
Yeah, and you've accepted liability.
Yeah, and it's just like... And then she's like, oh, well, I've got one of them. And I said, well, did you read the agreement? Well, no. And it's like, yeah, exactly. and you're supposed to be like the technical support.
Which is a shame because I was on TalkTalk and I phoned him up one night and got a techie having problems with the connection. And he looked at it and went, "Oh, are you a gamer?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, just change these settings on your router. I'll change this at our end." All of a sudden, fuck it out. My connection just went into rocket mode.
Yeah, you got technical support where I got customer service.
Yeah.
Which are two completely different things. Technical support generally is somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Yes.
Customer services are just random people who have the intelligence to be able to connect to a phone call.
Well, quite often that's done by a computer.
Yeah, true. Mastery, cool. Did that one hit you then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just so frustrating. It's just like how people who don't know about things like computers and electronics are getting ripped off and lied to, and I mean, you have a fire in your house and maybe somebody even loses their life.
Yeah.
And even not, you lose all your possessions because a fire has just burnt down your house. And the insurance that you've been spending a lot of money on is valueless. They're not going to pay you anything because of it. It's just like, what?
Excuse me. Yeah, is it Apple who have the end user license agreement, and one of them basically claims your firstborn child? There was one of the companies, just let me have a quick search.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was Apple, but yeah. Because somebody made a joke about it and it got included, didn't it? To prove that people don't actually read them.
Yeah.
But until I got up to the liability one, there was just loads of little niggly things that they were basically saying it's not their fault if anything happens about this, that and the other, but nothing as bad as if it burns down your house.
Yeah, buried in section 57.10 of Amazon's Terms of Service about acceptable safe use of lumberyard materials, the online marketplace has stashed a clause that negates the whole section should a zombie apocalypse take place.
Yeah.
Microblogging platform social media tool Tumblr took a very honest and point approach in their user agreement. They say the terms of service... they use the terms of service to gently remind kids that there are other things out there. It says you have to be at least 13 years old to use Tumblr. We're serious. It's a hard rule based on US federal legislation. But I'm like 12.9 years old, you plead. Nice. Sorry, if you're younger than 13, don't use Tumblr. Ask your parents for a PlayStation 4 or try books. iTunes, you also agree that you will not use these products for any purpose prohibited by the United States, including without limitation the development, design, manufacture and production of nuclear missiles or chemical or biological weapons. In the standard performance contract of M&M's warning absolutely no brown ones.
But this is the problem. People just don't read these agreements. That's why this ridiculous stuff gets started to get put in there. But it's like...
Yeah. And to illustrate the dangers of public Wi-Fi use, European law enforcement agency Europol decided to include a chilling Herod clause. The free Wi-Fi was provided only if the recipient agreed to assign the firstborn child to us for the duration of eternity. 6 people agreed to the terms of service. Ridiculous.
That's because people just want stuff they don't care about reading, and it's like, but if you don't read it, you don't know what you're agreeing to.
Well, I remember Battlefield 3. EA changed their terms and let everyone know, and it was a bit like, it's a bit weird changing your terms like partway through. I wonder what's new. And me and this one other guy actually read them and then posted it on the forums basically, and it was saying that EA have the right to go through every file on your computer, copy anything they want, and basically, you know, just know so you can, they own your data basically. So we posted it up, caused a massive ruckus, and then EA retracted it. But if no one had read that, their anti-cheat software would have been there, just rummaging through all your files, taking it.
I mean, it's bad enough when things like Facebook claim any photos that you've put down.
Do they? Do they claim rights to them?
Yeah.
So if you're
You've
a
uploaded
professional
it to their
photographer,
service.
right?
It's just people want to use these things, so they'll say and do anything to actually get access to them. I think I'm nearly full. A little bit of a reorder. Gain a little bit of space.
Excusez-moi.
I was talking to somebody, one of the family friends, and they wanted me mum to use WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And thankfully she was on one of these crappy old phones that didn't have apps, but she'd have happily installed it. And I said to him, well, you know that it's based off your phone number. That's your identifier. There is no user login. So anybody who gets access to your phone has access to everything that's on your phone.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's not like that.
It is.
And I said, you know that they've got full use of your contacts. Everybody who's in your phone, you've basically just opened them up to share all of their personal information.
Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing, they do, yeah. I've got WhatsApp and it can't use my contacts unless I sort of like specifically put them in.
Yeah, well, with things like Android, you can use the app permissions thing.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
stop stuff. But I only started reading up about it because there was a flaw in it, and as soon as you install it, it actually opens up a load of exploits on your device.
Such as?
Check Hackaday. Hackaday did a feature on it in their security updates.
Because I know they changed the terms of service recently, but what what they've done is they put a little cross in the corner. So I continue to use WhatsApp, but have never agreed to the new terms because I just keep clicking the cross in the corner, but I've already installed Signal, and as soon as that goes in force, I told everyone on my contacts list that basically I won't be using it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have Facebook for a reason, and
Yeah,
Facebook own WhatsApp.
Well, yeah. I haven't got any of that stuff, and only just recently I got a YouTube account because it was like, why should they have all of this information? It's none of their business.
Well, obviously I've set up a YouTube account for Pengvin, but I've had a YouTube account for years now, and one thing I didn't know was now if you want to watch age restricted videos, like anything with swears or stuff, they want to see your ID.
Yeah.
Or give them a payment, you know, bank proof, and it's like, fuck off.
well, it's not so much that you want to prove your age. They actually want access to real names, so
Yeah,
addresses and stuff.
yeah.
But,
So you're
but
not
they're
having it.
not. They're not honest enough to admit that.
Yeah,
So they give that bullshit. Oh yeah, it's to certify you're a certain age.
yeah. No, it isn't. You want a copy of my ID? You're not having it. I wouldn't give it to a fucking policeman. Don't see why I give it to you.
Yeah.
It's bad enough that you're Googling on my Android device and know where I live anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm not officially giving you that data.
I've just died.
Yeah, I put a portal there.
Cheers. I was busy doing Call of the Hunt. And I popped clogs.
Wow, that spell works. Just did a spell that opens up like a volcano thing.
Cool. I can't pick up full. You didn't die, did you?
Nope.
There was a mastery
There is
shrine
another
down
master
there
shrine,
somewhere.
yeah. There is, yeah. I'll wait up here so you can portal to me.
Right. I'll get another remedy on you.
Hey?
We'll get a remedy on you. No, and a new one alert.
May as well bob back to town then. Western?
Western. Snap.
Oh, do you remember Colin Weston? Uncle Colin. He was like an anchorman on ITV.
The name kind of rings a bell, but
He's the
I can't-
guy who they had on at Christmas, and it was a tradition to let him get pissed throughout the day. So Colin Weston, by mid-afternoon, was all grins and completely pissed. I mean, it wasn't the done thing, obviously, for someone on TV to be drunk, but it became like a Christmas tradition that Uncle Colin was allowed on Christmas, and he get steadily pissed throughout the day, but make jokes about it. I used to love that because he was a dead happy chap as well.
I stopped watching the TV absolutely years ago.
Oh, I did. I watch the occasional thing now and again, like that series in the Line of Duty. I thought was really good. Which is funny because you know, the BBC getting hammered at the moment, but the BBC touted it as their flagship programme, and I believe it was made by ITV and
Yeah,
sold
that
to the
wouldn't
BBC.
surprise me.
One thing that
I've got-
pisses me off is you pay the TV license. Well, I don't, but people pay the TV license. I don't need one. And then the BBC make programmes with that money, and then through another company, the BBC, well themselves, make billions selling it around the world.
Yeah, BBC America for one.
And what have
Yeah.
you got today?
And they have the principle of saying they're two separate companies. So
Yeah.
any money made by BBC America does not get funneled back into the BBC.
No, you don't get a
UK.
refund or anything. No, I thought that.
Sure, you
It's
got
disgusting.
everything.
It is
Especially
absolutely
when
disgusting.
Welcome.
Is
Here
it
are
make,
the
keeping
finest
up
foods on the
appearances?
soup road.
Oh
It's
god,
the
that was
biggest
rubbish.
export. But that's the biggest export around the world.
I thought it was Top Gear.
Nope. Keeping up bloody appearances.
Well, it's weird to think that one of the most popular programmes ever made, which is an ITV one that was popular around the world, was Benny Hill Show.
Yeah.
I mean, the Spanish fucking loved it.
Well, it was when the PC Brigade came out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That he basically got literally kicked out of the country because he certainly couldn't live here anymore.
Well, it killed him, didn't it?
Yeah.
which is a disgrace.
I mean, he was a brilliant comic actor.
He was very, very good.
His timing was... I mean, you see him in films where he is just an actor, and he always plays a blinding character. Always makes the most of it.
The Italian Job plays Professor Peach.
Yeah. But then again, it's disgusting the way the BBC have treated people over the years.
Yeah. I used to love Dick Emery, remember him?
Yep.
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
Just a shame he was an army deserter.
Was he?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a thing on the lives of a lot of the 70s, like comedy actors.
Right.
And I used to like Dick Emery, so when I saw it, I thought, oh, I'll watch that.
Yes?
Every time he got married, he got himself a new mistress,
By
Oh,
now.
God.
carry it on for a bit, then get divorced, marry his
One man
mistress,
yesterday.
then
Oh,
get a new
Well,
mistress.
pay of Neanderthal boots.
His kids
For all.
couldn't call him dad
what?
because Dick Emery. He just had a thing. He wouldn't. They had to tell him that they loved him, but he would never tell them that he loved them.
It's a bit mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Very strange character, even though he's extremely funny. It's like, oh.
Thing is, sometimes with great intelligence comes
Come again.
absolute cuntishness.
Yeah, bigger egos.
Yeah. Or just an inability to connect or see it from any, lack of empathy.
Yeah. Yeah, his kid said that they virtually never saw him.
And then
And
you get
when they
other people
did-
like Tommy Cooper, who was like a devoted father, and
You got to feel sorry for the kids of people like that.
yeah, because they have everything they want through money, but nothing through like connection to the parents or anything.
Yeah.
I love Judge Formby because obviously he was very successful and people used to try and get money out of him, and he just always had the excuse that his wife only let him have a few shillings pocket money a week.
But that isn't far from the truth either.
No, that was
though.
the truth. It was the truth. Yeah, she controlled his money and
Oh,
finances.
he did have money, but he always used that as an excuse. But
Yeah.
she was a control freak.
Yeah. I'd been to the pub in the Isle of Man when I was a kid that he rode through on that film, where he was in the TT races.
Yeah.
Actually got to see the TT races.
Never been.
Oh, God. Absolutely ridiculous. The speed they go through those streets. It looks fast on TV, but when you're there, do you know what I mean? It's like, gone.
Well, isn't the average speed now 135?
Something ridiculous. I mean, there's parts where they must be hitting 2 ton going through it.
Oh, easily. Because that's just the average speed,
Yeah.
135. But when you consider all of the hairpins, the tight corners, it's like, wow.
But it's beautiful because once you're out of town in the Isle of Man, there's no speed limit.
Yeah. I'm just going to nip to the bathroom.
Okay.
Be right back. I'm back again.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's you first, isn't it?
Yeah, I've already gone through.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. I'm just having a quick scan through my history for video, just to see if I can find that Dell computer that I was on about. Which one of them? I can't remember which computer I was using when I was watching them. That must have been the other one.
Your history should still be the same.
No, because I used Firefox on the other one.
It doesn't matter. YouTube remembers your history. Oh, are you not logged in?
No.
Oh,
no.
right. Okay, won't remember them.
And I'm using Chrome on my Windows PC. That must have been the other one. Yeah. Right. Remedy. There you go.
Gamers Nexus, worse than Walmart. Dell G5, 5000
That's-
PC, garbage parts and hidden charges.
That's the bugger.
Yeah.
And
There's
if you
another
actually-
guy, David does tech stuff, where Dell did me dirty. I bought a Dell XPS desktop pre-built for 1,500 and it seems a great deal, but they did me dirty.
Well, on that first one that you said about, that's a two-parter. I don't know whether it shows on the first part in the recommended, but there's one with a white PC and it talks about fire.
Yeah.
That's the other one that I was on
Right.
about.
And there's the one-liners, tech tips, Dell scammed me. £1,500 PC secret shopper.
The thing is, I mean, for that $60 extra, why didn't they just call it a $960 computer?
Well, that's what
Instead
the
of
woman
saying-
on the phone basically said. She said, "Oh, we're supposed to hide the charges elsewhere."
But it's that trying to look cheaper, and it's just like, well, that's such a dirty. That's a scam.
It is a scam. It's a bait and switch scam,
Yeah.
and it's illegal. Oh God, you want to see the one that Hat and Coat's just getting 10 days. Absolutely stunning machine. Put it this way, it's the kind of machine that I wish was mine.
Yeah. Well, I like that Nvidia are bringing out their new line of GPUs that are no good for mining.
Yeah. Yeah, to stop all of the scalpers whacking us. Yeah, I think his has got a 3060 or a 3070 in it. I showed him a video with like Minecraft using RTX.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
But did you see the Linus Tech Tips feature on RTX
Yeah.
with the users, where they didn't tell them they set up 2 identical setups, one with RTX and one without, and even the people who are actually looking for it specifically struggle to tell the difference.
It depends on the game. It's like Minecraft, it's obvious.
No, it isn't. That was one of the things that I saw on it.
Now, if you watch a video, Minecraft with and without, and it basically does a side-by-side comparison, it is obvious.
That's exactly what they did. Linus Tech Tips.
Because there's a video which shows Minecraft with and without, and basically it wipes from one to the other, and it's night and day the difference. If you can't tell the difference, you must be blind.
Well, I watched it and I could see what they were talking about, but
There are certain games like Battlefield 1, that I don't think you'll notice much difference.
it's because of a lot of the tricks that they used to make it look better. They were using direction of the sun and in reflections and stuff like that, and even then it was hard to tell the difference between the tricks that they used to use to make it look better.
That's it. Well, RTX really is just a gimmick on top. It's the card itself.
Have we done all of this? No.
Because the frame rate Hatton Coach used to for games on his laptop will be night and day compared to what he's going to get off that machine. Also with the MSI monitor, it'll show off those fast frames really smoothly as well.
Oh! Okay. Dead.
Give me a second.
No portal needed.
Oh yeah.
Whoa! Just killed me again. Oh, have I taken my armour off or something?
I'm right next to your grave there. Whoa! Yep.
Yeah, that guy.
Hold that marker down. Swap them out. There you go. It was a skill I put point to.
I'll stick a remedy on you.
So,
Yeah, I think all of them hit me at exactly the same time. So I went from full health to nothing.
sad face. Hatton goes and sad. Sad face. Oh yeah, that blue guy just jumped on me and once I was dead.
2v2s only.
2v2v2. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I've got one of them. A monster lure, but it didn't work.
Huh. Yeah, I see it here. I'm standing next to it.
Yep. They just ignored it and kicked the crap out of me again.
All right. It's weird how we sometimes seem to run into the same situation with the same monsters and just destroy them and not get hit.
Yeah.
And then the next time we do it, we get willy.
I think I need a new bow.
Bloody hell. Times must be hard if you need a new bow. Yeah, stand in the area of the battle market.
You can't carry anymore.
I'm full. Off to Colin Weston.
Welcome. Here are the finest goods on the Silk Road.
I love that anecdote. One man yesterday came through with Neanderthal boots. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Little bit of work on that, mate. You could turn it into a nice little story.
Yeah. Oh, I went through first. Might as well come back and sell that bow.
Got a purple sword.
Come again. Oh, another heroic traveler. Fear not, your goods are safe.
Oh, jeez.
Look at the base damage there. Base damage is garbage.
Yeah, I go from 111.20 with my spear to 1,011. No, there, 1,120 to 1,244.
Fucking hell, my
Average
multiplication was pure garbage, but at least I can read a number.
Yeah. My damage per second goes from 1,252 to 1,985.
What, by using that sword?
Yep.
Oh, equip it then.
Yep.
Just throw it back a second. Just let me try it in my hand to see what happens. 'Cause I'm sure I must go down. Oh, I can't equip it. Why? Got plenty of strength.
That's because I've smeared the handle with my own feces.
Oh, you can only use one at a time. Holy shit. I go... Alright. My damage per second goes to 2,197. Yeah, that's nice.
Well, it's that 23% total damage as a plus.
Yeah. You enjoy holding on to that while using your bow.
Screw me bow. Hopefully the next area will have some decent bows available. I do occasionally switch to my spear, but it just wasn't compared to the bow, that is. Because I do get a lot of bonuses for using a spear.
Yeah. Well, you got skills in it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or don't you want to put that in your caravan?
I don't know whether there's any space, to be honest.
Oh, I'll stick it in mine if you want. I've got room.
Welcome. Tread
Yeah,
lightly.
the next area to
And
clear
with
out
speed.
me caravan. And it's you first, my portal. I want a remedy.
Or is it a thrown weapon?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I thought it was a sword. Screw the bow then.
Because it's about, I'm getting the same bonuses that I get on my bow.
So really, you should have your spear still as your melee weapon, and that replaces your bow. This
Oh,
will
we're
have a
coming
portal
up
at
to
the end, yeah. All can is
Oh. Stop.
now that everything is dead. Frostbite Shrine. Shit. Watch out. There's at least one of them doing that big juju damage.
Oh, inventory sort.
No! Ah, they just surrounded me.
Oh, yeah, got me too.
An experience shrine would have been nice.
A mastery shrine would have been better.
Yeah.
We do a remedy on you.
Oh, Shrine of Experience. Nice. Right at the end. Oh, well, may as well take it.
There was some back here. I'm completely full. Oh, I've got a 2x2.
You can't hold anymore. Carry anymore. You have no more room.
Pick that up. Well, that's me full.
Yeah, I'm full.
Portal here.
Just taking advantage of the experience.
Yeah. They just snotted your dude.
Yeah, me guy's dead, yeah.
All peoples we trade, fair to all. Thank you. I have tripled my caravan since the monsters. Tread lightly and with speed. Oh, another heroic traveler. So long.
You first. Do a remedy.
Thank you.
There was some back here. Some money. there was some of them sprites. No, a bit further back. That wasn't worth it.
But if we hadn't gone back,
Yeah. Oh, we got some dudes up as well. Battle standard.
I cast that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I just put all of the branches around it. Briar something.
Hey?
Then it just disappeared. Hang on. Oh, I've still got time to regenerate. Every 2 minutes I can cast that. A Briar ward.
Yeah, watch. It's coming up now.
Yeah, you haven't got the briars around it.
Dead. Oh, cast a portal if you can, I'm miles away.
Done. But watch out, because they're chasing the shit out of me. Let's get the remedy on you.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't like my big dude. Yeah, he just snotted him. More of them. Oh, big dragon thing. Cold.
Always believe in your soul. don't mind.
Yeah.
There you go. Do not this way. Yeah. My guy's dead. Yeah, that battle marker greatly increases our survival rate.
Did you die then? No. Oh, it was just your dude, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just master behind running away.
Your dude? Oh, you've not spawned him yet.
Bloody hell, those dragon things are meaty.
All people's
Yeah, you
retreat.
get 1 or 2
Fair to
and they're
all.
fine, but with 5.
Yes, they jump around you and then you've had it.
By now. What have you got today?
There's a full relic. Shitty one.
Sure you got everything. Welcome. So long.
So long, farewell, I read you say goodbye to you.
North.
Let's go. Oh, dragon.
Mastery. Did you get it?
What's that?
The Shrine of Mastery.
No.
You ran towards me. And I hit it just as you ran towards me.
No, I missed it.
What I did wasn't intentional.
I don't know actually. Just give me a second. No. I see how it is. Got his purple weapon now, he thinks he's above everyone else.
Well, it's a good job we didn't stream when we first played then. Because you had all of them shrines that I never got.
True. Well, when we started we thought it shared them.
Yeah. You were running towards me, and I assumed that you just got in the radius as I
I
hit it.
didn't even see it, in all honesty.
Maybe you were just running away from them dudes.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. But I didn't even see the shrine.
Like, I said Shrine of Mastery, and then you started running towards me, so I thought, that's
right.
what you're doing.
Do no worry.
So, alright, the way things are going, my dude won't stay at level 50 for long.
Whew. escape. Oh god, it's this guy. Trusted him.
Outside it, dude.
That was about that then.
I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore.
What? Oh, no. I suppose not. I was about that then. Oh dear. Well,
Oh,
we
God,
all know
yeah.
what happens at the end of this. Should we pop back to town first? Stock up on
Yeah.
the potions and shit.
Forget about meeting the Titan, which we usually get snotted by all of the Cyclops.
Yeah. The giants and stuff.
See what I have for sale.
Ah, you know that sickle, that weapon that the big titan at the end of this dropped last time?
Yeah.
Just got another one.
Oh, sweet.
Very similar.
You got that in your other hand.
No, on account of not being like... What level do you need to be? Oh, it's
right,
90
it was-
for this one. 80 for the other one.
Yeah.
I'm a bit short on strength by 1100. You need 3000 strength and 1000 intelligence. But it does do 500 to 550 damage and 780 bleeding damage, plus 100% to Titans.
It must be a bug
Bio.
because it's pointless dropping weapons like that
Welcome.
we're nowhere near able to use.
Yeah.
You could understand if it was like 2 or 3 levels higher.
Oh, just imagine if you got one of them in each hand. That'd be pretty awesome.
Sure you got everything?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, wrong portal. No. Forgot to change to Hades.
Fortune follow you. One man yesterday. 12 pair of Neanderthal boots. Tread lightly and with speed. Come again.
Okay.
Here's a sec, just rolling the smoke.
Alright. I'll just go up the bathroom. Oh. Just break everything before I go.
Wrecking the place.
Oh, my arse has got numb.
Yep. I need to die. Must be all life leeches this time rather than Cyclops.
I think the giants come in a bit.
No, we had the giants, the Cyclops straight away.
And did we?
Yeah.
Notice how they're doing naff all to us now.
I'm getting close enough to it. I'll do it.
I need to get out, I need to get out. Oh. Surrounded me.
Oh. Your dude. Oh, my dude just lasted long enough for that. fighter.
Right, before we go in here, I suggest we just wait till
Yeah,
just
my
have a
house.
ciggy while our things cool down. Cause I probably need my 6 warriors and make sure that your time is up so you can summon your dude straight away. And
Yeah.
I need that up.
Oh, that purple sword reduces the recharge time. It should be 360 seconds, but it goes down to 309.6 seconds recharge. And he's about 2/3 already done.
Yeah, or if you do an inspect on me, have a look at the chakram we just picked up.
Oh, another throne one.
Yeah. I just replaced my bow with it.
Now you see, if you hadn't have got Ragnarok, you wouldn't have been able to use that.
Nah.
And I'd have been torn between
Yeah.
purple throne thing and that purple throne thing.
Well, the one you've got had me damage at 2000 and something, so it's about 500 damage less. But it gives me +2 to all warfare mastery, which is my main.
Yeah, I spotted that. I mean, that is a perfect one for you, isn't it?
Yep.
And 111% reduced entrapment duration. But minus 22% reduced freeze duration.
Oh, well, I think on.
Where's freeze?
Oh no, he's Earth Mastery, not Warfare Mastery.
Yeah, your freeze resistance is at 0. But you can use a shield with that chakra.
Yeah. And there we were trying to think of the actual name of it, and now we picked one up which actually is called what it is. A chakram. You were trying to think of it and you were
was
thinking...
chakra,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Well, you were close. Probably has sort of roots in the same place.
Yeah, sounded very similar.
Because they're both Indian, aren't they?
Yeah.
You spin it on the finger and then throw it. A razor sharp. The only problem is, it could be thrown back.
I wondered why the Cyclops kept pausing. I've got 5 seconds of petrify on a 7% chance.
Oh, cool.
But I've also got a 40. Oh no, that's
Hey,
resistance.
stand there while I throw this at you.
56% skill disruption protection.
Right, I just
Yeah,
did a save game as well.
Minus 14% recharge. That's the one that speeded stuff up.
Right, you ready?
Yep.
Do you want to do a remedy?
Yeah. It looks like you're looking a big polo min.
Let's do it. That marker. Chunk out of him then.
Yeah, and he killed us.
Yeah.
I'm behind you.
when he drops those rocks over your head, you try and run away from him, but his area is so big you end up clicking on him and hitting him instead.
Yeah. I've dropped a portal.
I'm there now. But yeah. I just run up to him and hit him from behind and died. Damn. I think he's just over halfway dead, isn't he?
Probably got just about enough time to get me outside him. He's about 80% ready.
Just wait here for you then. I can get me 6 dudes back as well.
Probably better trying to engage him, because I think he tries to heal himself. Oh!
Cast the problem. He's nearly dead. Oh, that's dead.
Got me again, but he got something. He's got some high damage over a period of time.
That's what got me. I ran away and I just went.
Yeah. Oh, I was pumping health into myself and it made no difference whatsoever.
Oh, just took me grave and he lightning me. anything then. Oh, I wonder if he's got damage reflection on.
He's got something that sucks your vitality out, because he just got me with it.
Twice and died. I think he's got some kind of damage reflection as well. So I'm going to drop a battle marker and let me pet hit him. Let Gerald do his business.
Oh, he just took a shitload of energy out of me, Lich. He's still doing charge.
Any chance you could drop a portal?
Good. You said to come through now. He was after me. Look, the outside was behind.
Hail, mighty hero. I am Zeus, king of the Olympian gods. We are eternally thankful for your aid in stopping Typhon. No one would have ever thought that a human could defeat a titan. The epic heroes would kneel before you, and perhaps they shall. The conduit between our realms was destroyed. You have proven that men are ready to become the masters of their own fates. Your mortal world is not yet safe, but the responsibility now is yours. Go, greatest of heroes. There is much
Screw the mortal world.
Yeah.
Through the portal. From one hell straight to another.
I am blind, but I see. I see a new journey awaits. Your deeds above have created strife below. You must find your way to where all men are destined. Else many of the greatest shall be lost. Seek the sorceress of the Ixian wood. Only she can show you the way. Brave the sorceress of the Ixian wood. Doom!
Medea came to the Ixian wood years ago, and now she is known simply as the sorceress. Perhaps she helps many, but those who seek her also risk her wrath.
I cannot get iron. The price of bronze. You're lucky I've got anything
Wow,
for sale.
11 million for a bow.
What I'd give for a cartload of bronze.
The blue armour we got isn't as good as what either of us are wearing.
Caravan stores.
Hey, sugar daddy, do you want to buy me a bow?
Yeah, what do you want?
Hera smile on you.
Relentless
Yes?
Uni of Carnage.
Where is it?
In the blacksmith.
No, but whereabouts?
Oh right, top row, second from the right. Yeah, that's the one.
Goodbye.
Top.
There you go, sir. There's another one.
A fine day to ease your burden.
Right, let's see how much he's going to charge.
And
4.2
honor.
million
What?
What for?
to get me charm.
Come again.
Have me relic off me bow.
Yeah, I'll give it here.
Oh.
You want the charm off it?
Relics recovered. Items reclaimed. Please come again.
Cheers.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, bow's a bit poo, innit?
Yeah.
The arcane arts are no more than remembering secrets that you once knew. So long.
Caravan do there, haven't we? Let's see what.
Oh, don't forget the portal.
Yeah, I've done that.
First chest is free.
One of them. Oh, we've got a completed one of them. Oh, and a completed one of them. Is yours a green? Oh, hang on. What is that? Weapons. Was yours a purple thing?
What?
Your bow, your round.
Yeah.
Right, you can't use that. That Shen.
A real hero. My caravan.
81 poison damage.
My
15
son has
reduced
fallen terribly
resistances for
ill.
6
The
seconds.
healers could do nothing. We asked Medea for help, but she is cruel. She told me she would not help unless I brought her the tome of some ancient queen. How would I get such a thing?
You are welcome to what I have left. Do I see a merchant ship?
I would not be surprised if Medea were behind
Sure you're
these
good?
beasts,
Have we got any
so that she
completed
could profit
charms
from our suffering.
for
Procne tried to
jewelry,
help
like
me,
rings?
but Medea stopped her.
Holy shit, now you're asking. Give me a second.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it's not.
Just rings or rings and charms? Rings
Well,
and
it's
necklaces.
It's just for rings because I've got a blue necklace on. really am looking for something. I'm not just exploiting the fact that you're using Twitch and I can see what's in there afterwards.
Damn.
No, well, you've got all the formulas anyway, haven't you? So it's pointless me having all of the completed stuff.
Oh, lost me place now. Do you only want this level stuff?
Anything really.
Anything, right?
That'll give me a bit of a boost on them. On anything.
Your goods are safe with me.
So that's all this level. I think this is previous level stuff.
Cheers.
Store your goods or ship them out.
Wow, it's a pretty poor lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mostly health and energy.
Well, yeah, it's armor, isn't it? So it's defensive, sort of. The rings and things.
Right. I've grabbed 2.
A real hero, my caravan!
Yeah, that's everything. Ah.
Caravan stores!
Everything sold.
Hera smile on you. Store your goods or ship them off.
I'll probably be on late tomorrow.
An honor!
Because
Okay.
it's Amazon Prime Day, isn't it?
Right.
So I'm going to be checking, see if there's anything worth getting. And the last time I looked, Prime Day, half a day disappeared before I knew it.
First chest is free.
Oh yeah, we can sell stuff, can't we now?
Your goods are safe with me.
Better price.
Yeah.
Oh, the blades are quite good. What I have got left.
135,000 now.
First thing I went to was 135,000. 134,544. Oh wow. Nearly everything is it in the upper limit.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I couldn't keep saving it because just not no room. Now he's got a helmet here, magic. 328 armor plus 40 armor. 109% health regen, 104% energy regen, 61 defense.
Wow. How much?
126 million.
100?
Sorry, 12.6 million. There were way too many numbers in it, let's put it that way.
That's what I was suffering from before.
Because there's no commas or anything. Yeah. 12,676,980.
Wow. Yeah, my excuse falls a bit flat when I'm only dealing with 4 numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, we're calling it there.
Come
then.
again.
Yeah, I'll just fill in my caravan back up with stuff.
Those who would master our arts must be fearless. Find strength within.
Please,
I can't
please,
use
come
any
in.
of his bows.
Goodbye.
Store your goods?
Save. Okay.
Hera smile on you.
And that's the end of the stream. Thank you very much for watching.